All right, welcome back, everybody. HSC podcast. We're in our sports segment. So after a week off, big smooth back, fresh West in the new command center, and you gotta love the overhead light, dude. I've always loved that overhead light, dude. It looks so good in the background.
Like an alien ship.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna
It's this
pick
is
your head.
you're
this
gonna like do 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 do.
because of disclosure day. I had to do this.
Right. All right. Well, let's jump into some sports here. Got Big Box Steve on the mic, Big Smooth, Fresh West. And if you've been watching or you're a follower, we're not quite there yet, but just so everybody knows, we're coming up on the 200th podcast here soon. That's pretty amazing. So thanks for watching for everybody, and especially the new followers and the growth we've had recently. It's been great. So I do want to talk soapbox for a second before we get started, talk about the podcast. And and I know a lot of people, or not a lot of people because we don't have that many followers, but people that watch, or even we get a lot of short views and things like that. And people may not understand the podcast. Then I'll tell you this, right? We're not always right in our predictions, but we're pretty accurate with our sports stuff. Oftentimes, when you look at some of the statistics, better than some of the talking heads, but not perfect. We're wrong sometimes, we're right sometimes, but we are pretty accurate when it comes down to some of the stats as I look back. But again, it's not necessarily about being right and wrong. We're trying to share information that we have. And most of all, it's for me, it's great because it's us getting to chat about sports and movies. Like, what else is better? You can talk about sports and movies with your friends.
Well, disclaimer, and I say this at the start of every NFL season, is that we're wrong. And when I'm wrong, I just say this is what they should have done, and they didn't do it. And most teams just 10% or 10 teams actually are good, and 20 teams are bad. So when I tell the Dolphins or the Raiders, hey, come on, dude, I was wrong, but you should have done this.
Yeah, it's easy to armchair quarterback sometimes like we do, but we also understand the sports and the games we're talking about, which is, important when, we're trying to deliver some, whether it's headline news or we're doing picks for the week, uh, fantasy football, things like that. We are researching this information. It's not a lot of it is coming off the top of our heads when we start talking in different topics. But when we're talking about some of the stuff, we are looking stuff up. You guys, I know probably do the same when you're setting your lineups, things like that, looking at who they're playing. How's that game going to go? How's the weather? So there is some good insight to come from that. And I've seen a couple of comments. That's why I bring it up. It's like, look, find another podcast that hits a higher percentage than us. Show me that, right?
Tell me that people watch our podcast for their bets.
I mean, maybe you never know.
Come on, what are we talking about here?
We're pretty accurate, so if that's what they're using it for. But nobody's going to hit 100%, right? Running 60 to 65% NFL picks for season over season multiple times. That's not bad.
I mean, I've because I read and like watch all the Bleacher Report people and all that, and we're usually better than them.
Well,
Right?
yeah, but they get paid like hundreds of thousands of dollars to be less right than us. So
Yeah. So who's really
that's
right?
what we're talking about
Well,
here.
and that's the thing that it gets me like insane with some of these people, like the Knicks championship, and listening to people like throughout their whole run, like with all these garbage takes nonstop. And it's like, dude, okay, take the Knicks out of it and just watch how the games were going.
Right.
It was pretty obvious. We all picked the Knicks to beat the Spurs.
Well, and we all in the Knicks, beginning of the playoffs, and then it's the same way. But look, I've had bad picks, NFL picks. Like, look, I was on Cleveland one year. It happens,
You picked Cleveland to win the Super Bowl.
Not to, did I pick? I
No,
thought
make it to make it.
Make it,
to
yeah.
make it. Yeah, you can't pick Cleveland to win the Super Bowl. That's a little bit too much.
It's like us being stupid and picking Buffalo every year.
Right. And we're like, yeah, Buffalo, it's their year. I can feel it.
Stupid Buffalo.
But anyway, soapbox done. Point is, look, it's great. We enjoy it. We love bringing you feedback and sharing our projections, our picks for the weeks coming up in sports when NFL starts, NBA's back. We'll have a lot of that. But just to, we'll talk about this more later in the next podcast. But if you haven't caught the movies podcast, it's probably almost more popular. We get a ton of views and a lot of comments of the movies we're reviewing too. So, again, soapbox done. Appreciate you guys doing this with us, and me and then also the people watching. So let's get going here. Sports, there's not a lot going on, but you have to talk World Cup, right? World Cup's happening. I'm not a huge soccer fan. I know historically you guys probably aren't huge soccer fans, but I always watch World Cup. Sounds like Wes, you're watching a lot of games. I don't know if you're catching too many, Derek, but
Yeah, I've caught. Yeah, I watched I've seen both Argentina games, the last two Argentina games, which were both crazy. Saw the stupid U.S. choke big time.
oh man,
I didn't even watch it. I saw the first goal. I was like, that's a wrap.
oh man, it was bad. I mean, the U.S. obviously not known for soccer anyway, but to go out like that and then they're just getting hammered in social media. The Belgium fans and even all Europe just hammering the U.S. for that blowout.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is like, what they say, like the SEC, it means more.
Right.
Soccer means more in other countries, and you could tell just by like the how the players for the U.S. like Pulisic was supposed to be the man,
Yeah.
and he just disappeared, and then he's like, It's like, no, dude.
But the thing is, like, I mean, I've known people like from South America. I've talked to them about soccer over the years, and it's like here they give them a ball when they're like three, four, and they just don't go to the park like Americans do and kick it on grass. They kick it everywhere because out there everything's urban. Uh, there's no real there's no cement. It's all dirt roads. They go around kicking against walls and do it at such a young age. They build the muscle memory that honestly Americans kids can't really develop unless they're in those types of situations. So I think that kind of contributes to um, them being so much more advanced when it's making moves and just doing things with the ball that American kids don't develop that at such an early age.
It
No,
must be
I
in
think
their
they
DNA.
do develop it at an early age, but by a certain age, they're like, okay, I'm going to go play basketball,
I'm
football,
gonna
or
go play.
baseball.
That was my next. They're gonna yeah. It's like I'm gonna go play for 5 hours and I'm gonna go play video games. In Argentina, it's like that's a lot of times that's not really an option.
Well, it's ingrained in the culture around the world. Soccer is it's the largest sport around the world as far as people playing it. How many teams? How many different countries? Things like that. Of course, it may not get as big of hype sometimes, maybe a Super Bowl or some of that, but worldwide, soccer is what it is, right? So
Oh,
they
it's
love
bigger
it.
than the Super Bowl. They
Yeah,
were showing what was it the Argentina, either that or the England, no, the England game was like Super Bowl numbers,
yes,
just
50,
worldwide.
60 million, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty wild. So it's World Cup's great. I have Argentina, so I'm rooting for Argentina. I don't like to see the U.S. lose. You always kind of root for your country, but Argentina's what I'm hoping for to finish out here strong. Great games though so far. When you look at a lot of these games, and I probably watched a few more than you guys sounds like, but just watching how hard they're playing, these teams really, really put all they have into these games, and so
Right.
it makes it fun to watch.
Well, and then some of these countries, if you don't play well, then you get killed.
Yeah, it's like the Brazil when Brazil lost. It's like
Yeah.
to Norway. I was like,
Uh-oh.
there's probably guys like, hey, I just want to stay here. Like I'm not going. Like the Norway game was wild because of I'm looking right, dude. That one guy from Norway, I can't.
Holland.
Oh, dude, that
Yeah.
guy looks like a Viking. Like he looked. I mean, he's just huge. And that header when he just like the guy just fell when he did that headshot. I was like, oh, dude, he's just massive.
Yeah, he's about 6'5", over 200. He's 205 in general, but
Yeah,
runs really fast. They've clocked him, at well, they use kilometers, but like 30 kilometers on the field per hour. But you watch him just running up the field. You can't get in his way. You can't stop him. He's huge. He's twice the size, looks like, as some of these guys. And he can shoot. He's got a powerful shot. So dangerous player there. But you're
but
going up against guys. I got to talk about Messi for a second because I don't know if you guys played much FIFA growing up, but playing FIFA soccer, that was my guy. And we're talking 20 years ago, right? Now you still get to watch him play in World Cup. It's just amazing how that sustainability can happen for a guy like that. And he's got to be one of the greatest players ever. Just fun to watch.
yeah, I mean, he
Well,
scored a goal in every game so far. Like that's insane. He's 30. He's like 38 years old. You know?
well, they got to hope for France, Argentina in the finals. That's because then you get Mbappe against
Mhm.
Messi, and that's like the new upstart young kid against the legend.
Right.
But I don't know. Argentina is like almost lost to Cabo Verde, a
Yeah.
place that has like almost is just a little bit bigger than Gresham.
Yeah. Cabo Verde, though, they're playing for a different level, right? Argentina is a normal team going to the World Cup. Cabo Verde, it's like that 16 seed that kept winning, going deep in a March Madness. These people they're getting life-changing money for Cabo Verde, right? And to go play on there. And you're talking like maybe not even $1 million, but 700-800 grand a piece. It's just amazing for them that, they all want to do it. They're playing their hardest. That's a tough team, even though it's not a big place. They're playing their hearts out.
Right. And then you got, so is everyone's saying Tom Brady said it. So is Egypt a bigger choke job than the Atlanta Falcons?
I saw that. I did see that one, and man, that was
Thir 13, 3 goals in 13 minutes. Because I remember it's like when they scored the second goal, and then I'm like, oh man, extra time, and I was like, I had to go back somewhere. I'm like, oh, I'm going to miss the end of the game. And then they scored again. I was like, it's a wrap. Like, no more extra time. And just the reaction from the Ram players, it was just like, they started yelling at the refs, and then the coach gets a yellow card, and he's yelling, and then then they get it with Argentina players. It's like, dude, you're just mad that you just blew this, dude. It's like, oh, you want to talk about one call? They scored 3 goals, but they did take a goal off, so it would have been 3-0. But um, someone got caught up and grabbed his jersey just a little bit from behind, and the guy fell, and a Ram player goes down and gets the goal, and they reviewed it and said no, and they took the goal off. So I think that's what they were upset about because they didn't think that should have been taken off. They would have been up 3-0 if it was like in the 60th minute.
Yeah, and Egypt is really, really not happy in the media.
Wouldn't be it. They had it. So
Well, and then I think talking Iran a little bit, they're pretty upset too about how everything went down earlier in the tournament. There's multiple I've seen about, people talking about, hey, this isn't fair, this feels fixed, things like that, and you're going to get that all the time, but a little bit more than I think I've seen in the past.
Well, I mean, soccer, just think about when the Knicks are playing the Spurs and we're like, they want it to go more games. It's the same as like, do we really we want Argentina to keep playing,
That's a big
right?
question, right?
Yeah, I mean, I yeah, I haven't seen a lot of games, but then you hear the media spin or the podcasts. I listen to a few, and they're just like, "That was a bad call." FIFA and it's fixed and all this stuff. It's like I don't know. I don't know enough about soccer. It's hard enough for me to when they call offsides. Like at first, I didn't understand until someone explained it to me. It's like you have to have a player in front of you.
That's
Oh,
that's why, Wes, we've told you a million times you need to get a PS5 and then you could have played like FIFA soccer and then you would have learned all these rules.
Just play hockey and then you'll get it.
Yeah, and the same thing with hockey.
It is weird because when you watch offsides to me in soccer is hilarious because you know the rule, you watch it and you're like, but that guy's offsides, and they don't call it. You're like,
yeah.
why are they calling it on that guy? And then they don't call it. It's like they're very loose with their offsides.
Well, I think it's also if they touch the ball, right?
Right. So if he's offsides and it kicks over and that person gets the ball, that's offsides.
Yeah.
So tomorrow at 1 o'clock, you have France and Morocco.
That should be a really good game. But you'd imagine France will probably win that game. But
Yeah,
Morocco, man, they move the ball really well.
yeah, I do.
And that's a problem for any team.
But I don't know.
Your big favorite though.
Yeah.
The England Norway Saturday game should be really cool, right? Because you got what's his name from England, Kane,
Yeah.
and Holland going at that one, and then Argentina gets to play Switzerland. I mean, Switzerland's good, but man, Argentina should win that game.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty impressed with Belgium. Like I watched them come back when they were down 2-0, 85th minute, and they scored 2 goals in 5 minutes. Then it went to extra time, and then they end up winning. But yeah, that was
What's
Belgium.
the one they're playing? Senegal?
They're playing Spain. They're playing Spain on Friday.
No, the previous game you're talking about.
Which one?
The previous game for Belgium when they were playing Senegal a couple weeks ago or a couple days ago. It's not that long ago. They barely beat Senegal in their last. What round was that?
Well, that was the round of 32.
Right.
So
Belgium will be interesting. They play Spain, and Spain is really good.
Isn't Spain not giving up a goal yet?
I know they just played Colombia and pretty much shut down Ronaldo, but he's what a great player Ronaldo's been.
I think that was Mexico. That was like until they. Let me see here. Oh,
Yeah, so I was watching a little bit of that
oh,
Spain Portugal game,
no,
and that was
that's
an
not.
interesting game to watch.
Yeah, so Spain hasn't given up a goal in the World Cup.
One,
Yeah.
yeah, it would have been nice to see Portugal win that game and Ronaldo and Messi go on. Because again, Ronaldo to me is same as Messi. I've been watching him for I can't even count how many years. Again, one of those guys that if you weren't playing with Messi, you wanted to play with Ronaldo because he knows for the scores.
Yeah, but Ronaldo's kind of done. He didn't have a great World Cup.
He's just been all right. I mean, come on. Like
He's.
how good do you need it to be?
I think he said that was his last one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's played a lot of games. I was looking at his like career stats. Man, that guy's played a lot of soccer. You got to think at some point he's just tired.
Yeah.
It's the one thing about soccer, man. You're just running all the time. But the guy, they're incredible shape too. That's amazing. You, I think it's they run like 9, 10 miles a game. Some of them, and you think about that for just consistent running, and a lot of it's sprinting, like 20% or something like that is sprinting. Like I don't know how you do that. That's a lot of
Yeah.
exercise, a lot of practice.
Practice.
Well, right now, who's your guys' picks to win?
I'm taking France.
This is France. What do you think, Wes? I know you got it kind of like Norway,
I'm taking England.
England. Oh, there you go. All right, so we got Argentina, France, and England. I think France has a really good shot.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Well, they're the like
they,
the one seed.
Right.
yeah, they should be the favorites. I'm just gonna say Belgium is a dark horse, though. I really wanted to pick Belgium, but I'll stick with England. Freaking Harry Kane, get it done. Been a while since they've won.
What's
1966.
England's last win?
I think it was 1966.
Jeez. But you got to think Messi, if he wins and then maybe he retires and then goes out on top.
I mean, that would be storybook. And again, things have gone that way so far. I mean, they've gotten very fortunate to get as far as they have. So I wouldn't be surprised if that happens. But I guess listening to you know some of the highlight or people on Fox, they said Argentina must be getting tired though. Their legs are worried about. You know, they look tired. I guess. I mean, they almost lost the last two games. So
Yeah, they're barely squeaking by, that's for sure. So, all right, well, that's our picks there. Keep following the World Cup. It's fun to watch. Like I said, I don't normally outside of World Cup watch soccer, but I keep it to the World Cup. That just makes it exciting every time that it comes around. So let's talk a little bit NBA real quick. Obviously, after the draft, we get into trades, free agency. With the moratorium coming up, some of these big trades are going to finalize. Contracts will finalize here Saturday. Obviously, Giannis, he was the big one, but there were some other moves. Any
Can
other?
we talk about how stupid Brad Stevens is?
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, all right, I'm fine with trading Jaylen Brown. You've already you burned the bridge anyway. He was disgruntled. Come to find out, he's also AJ Brown's cousin, so that makes a lot of sense. But to to trade him to the 76ers for
it doesn't work.
for an old Paul George and some draft picks. That was like you didn't get Edgecombe. I mean, if I was them, I'd be like, no, I don't want Paul George, I want Edgecombe.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
And it's so now you got 76ers. Now, granted, they got to be healthy because Embiid. But Embiid, Maxey, Edgecombe, and Jaylen Brown.
that's a really good lineup.
And now, because he's Mr. Bandwagoner, you might even have LeBron on that team.
That would be wild.
Yeah, they're talking about. I mean, when you think about it, LeBron's like, I kind of want to go there now.
Well, that's a championship team if LeBron goes there.
I know going off topic here, but okay, LeBron's camp. Oh, if the Knicks wouldn't have won, that's where he would have gone. BS. You didn't want any smoke of trying to get a championship for New York.
Right.
You had your chance a long time ago to go to New York, team with Carmelo. That would have been but no, you're too afraid of the New York media being scrutinized to you. So no, oh no, Jalen Brunson, he did it, so we don't need to go there. Come on.
Oh, no, no.
Do you want him though?
No, I don't. I mean, I would take him. Why wouldn't you? It's LeBron
Right.
James. I'm not stupid. But to say like his camp said, oh, we were going to go there if they didn't win.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But dude, why? You had your chance to go there a long time ago to bring it. It's like Kevin Durant. You two both were too weak to handle the New York media, the pressures of it all. So, oh, Kevin Durant's like, I'm going to go to Brooklyn because no one cares about Brooklyn, and they don't.
That was they looked like they were putting together something though, but none of those guys could apparently play together. Because they had Kyrie, they had
Harden and Durant.
Harden and Durant. That's right. Harden was the other one I was thinking of. Yeah, I mean that's crazy.
Well, at least the Celtics got Paul George.
Jeez. And Mitchell Robinson.
What about LeBron going back to Cleveland?
They already got billboards. I seen him. Like they show him in his jersey with everybody behind him. Like, I mean, you'd think that's. I mean, they're in the top three probably of places that he would go. But you know what? I just want. I hate the. It's like I saw something, a meme that said decision two, like Roman numeral two. And it's like, who freaking cares? He's like 42, and it's like another Aaron Rodgers situation. It's like, let's just milk it. How can you just stand to sit there and everyone talk about you all the time? Like, don't you get sick of yourself? Like every day you hear it on the wires. Where's LeBron? They even had a map. Like they even had a whiteboard on ESPN, and they said all the places that he could go. Like it's the NCAA tournament, a
Right.
bracket of teams. I'm like, this is hideous. Like,
He's been in it though in that space for so long. I mean, listen to even when it's not basketball season or he's not being traded, it's still talking um, the go conversation, right? And then so he's always and the guys come out of high school, get the huge contract with Nike, go right to the NBA. Even before that, he was a huge star in high school. So this guy's been through it for a long time. I don't know that it affects him that much.
well, if
Now,
us, that's the problem because we're so sick of hearing about it. Like, geez, like, can we talk about somebody else besides LeBron James? I mean,
he
Jalen Brown.
likes the attention.
Jalen Brown. Like how, it's like he's a rocket now, all the stuff he's a rocket scientist and he could have gone to NASA and I'm like, I don't care. You're gonna play basketball, like you're playing basketball. You know, you're not building a rocket with Elon Musk. You are a basketball player. You choose to be a basketball player. I don't care. I don't care about your podcast. Like, it's about playing basketball.
Well, it's always makes for good media and good social media when LeBron's on the move somewhere because they have to have something during the off season, right?
Yeah.
Dude, no, no,
Yeah.
no. No, here's the story, and Derek knows this. I saw something yesterday that Jalen Brunson broke his wrist.
I think he's got surgery, right?
Well, he played on a broken wrist.
He
Yeah.
played with a broken wrist.
You do what you got to do to win, and Brunson did what he had to do to win.
Is he gonna have to pay for anything in New York for the rest of his life?
Nothing. Dude, the dude is a made man.
Like, that's insane. Like, I hurt my wrist. I can't even throw a Nerf football.
Yeah,
It's like I'm trying to throw. It's like,
he's out there winning championships.
yeah. And I didn't break my wrist either. I sprained,
Any other trades that stuck out for you guys? I mean, it's not a big trade, but it was kind of cool seeing Tim Hardaway Jr. go to Miami and get the number 10.
Don't you want to talk about your new acquisition there, Steve? Ja Morant?
Oh God.
Oh yeah, I mean, oh yeah, we missed that, didn't we? Because we skipped a week. John Morant, look, I think this is the worst trade, worst acquisition for the Blazers. Not because he's not a great player. I like Morant. I think he's talent wise. I mean, it's hard to argue against him being one of the most talented players in the league when you look at the way he can get to the basket, the way he hangs, the way he shoots, all that. But why are you just bringing in another head case?
Jailblazers 2.0.
No, it's okay. Rasheed Wallace, they hired Rasheed Wallace to show John Moran around. It's like, why didn't you hire just Gerald Ryder? Like, what are we talking? What is Rasheed Wallace gonna do? I mean, someone said that Portland, like, I mean, this is New York media. Like, Portland's the white Memphis. Drugs and strip clubs.
It really is horrible when it comes to what the players they bring in. It's unbelievable sometimes.
I don't know. I like it. I like you. I think Morant and Dame fit well together because you can have Morant running the show, going, kicking it out to Dame, to Demi, to
Jaden,
Kamara,
yeah.
right? I mean, you still have Klingon,
But I mean, you got Scoot, you got
Sharp.
Sharp. I mean, you have a lot of players. So one of the issues I have, like, you don't have enough basketballs to go around in a lot of situations there because you kind of take a little bit of Denny's game away when he doesn't have the ball in his hand. He's going to have to either adjust or it's not going to fit.
Well, yeah. John Morant's gonna have to take, you know, I mean, he can't just, you know, yeah, it's like you got Dame, you got, a backcourt where,
Well, they still have Drew Holiday too.
Oh yeah, Drew Holiday.
I mean,
But that's why what's ridiculous is I really thought that it made sense that the Blazers would trade like Scoot and Sharp or Scoot and Holiday and draft picks for Brown.
yeah,
That makes sense.
right.
And if I was the Celtics, I'd be like, oh yeah, then we get young players or like a great veteran in Drew with draft picks. Because I would think that's better. You really think you're going to run it back with Paul George and Tatum?
Man, I don't think so.
no.
I don't know. I do like the Celtics. I like Tatum. He's a good player. I really loved the combination of Brown and Tatum for a long time. I thought they were a really good combo. And I don't think that they have much of a immediate winning future. I think they're going to have to look at some kind of long-term solution that's not just Tatum by himself. That's a
Oh,
tough
and then
one.
we've also, someone going back to where he won a championship. Kawhi Leonard being traded back to the Raptors.
Right. I mean, that's good for Kawhi. He needs a change.
As long as he plays.
Yeah. They have a lot of talent in Toronto. Like, because you got Scotty Barnes, you got RJ Barrett. Who's that shooter? They have a shooter too that I really like. The guy shoots a lot of threes. I can't remember name off the top of his head, but if he can get open, that's a great move to get a guy like Kawhi who might draw double teams, things like that. Yeah, Emmanuel Quickly, right? That's his name?
Yeah, quickly. Isaiah quickly.
Isaiah. So
Former Nick Great.
I'm just making up names though. I'm gonna call him Emmanuel.
What
It
about
is Emmanuel quickly.
It is okay. I was like, I changed his name for his security.
the the Wizards are stacking players. Now they get Chris Middleton. You see that?
Yeah, yeah, I did see him going back there, and then possibly or maybe done deal with Patrick Ewing going to coach there.
Yeah, he's coaching there like an assistant.
Right. But that's helpful when you're talking about you got guys like Anthony Davis that need that kind of mentorship, and now you got AJ Diabonsa coming in.
Well, though, is Anthony Davis a free agent?
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to stay. I don't know what his term. I haven't looked at his terms too much.
Because that was the thing they were all talking about. He was, oh, he's currently under contract. Okay, so that was weird why they thought that would happen. Um, People were saying that he would go to Golden State with LeBron, but
Why? Why does I mean the last LeBron comment I'm going to make, and because I don't want to talk about LeBron anymore, but the last one I'm going to say is just go back to Cleveland, dude. Finish your career, retire, and be done.
Yeah, you'd think that's what I thought he was going to go back because it's fitting. He can wrap up his career with where the team that drafted him, where he's from.
Right.
I don't think adding him to any Eastern Conference team except the Knicks is going to get him a title.
Right.
I mean,
But
come on. I mean, it's like the Sixers, yeah, but you never know about Embiid, and you know, I guess it could be possible. Miami, I don't even think that they're on that level, even with Giannis right now. But
even if it gives him, dude, look, even if he wins another championship here by going to like a really great team with all the great players, and he's not even, the main player, it doesn't help his legacy that much for me. Where if you go back to Cleveland, you finish it out where you started, you show respect to the Cleveland fans and finish your career out like that. I give more respect to him for doing that than trying
yeah,
to go jump on a Philly team to maybe win a championship.
yeah.
well, you know where he should go though?
Jeez.
The
God,
San Antonio Spurs.
Oh yeah. I mean,
that's not
What
fair.
did what did the Spurs need, right?
I
right.
am I am the commissioner. I am not allowing that trade.
I mean, they've thrown out OKC as well. I mean, come on, what are we talking
No,
about?
it's not a trade, but you know what? I'll try to block it any way I could because that wouldn't be fair. That's just
No,
not.
right. Either way, still a good player. Doesn't matter. He's getting all. He's going to help any team. But same point to me. Cleveland could use you. Donovan Mitchell needs someone. He just signed a huge contract. He's got a couple other great players, but LeBron would fit in. So why not? All right. Well, let's any last topics here you guys want to hit? I do want to talk a little bit of WNBA before we finish up, but anything else NBA there?
I've got a keep three, cut four.
Okay. All right, let's do it.
Hall of Fame point guards.
Hall of Fame point
They're
guards.
all Hall of Fame point
They're
guards.
currently in the Hall of Fame. Are they active?
No, they're in the Hall of Fame, so they're
Oh,
all. They're not.
obviously not active.
Okay. Bob Cousy.
How many are we getting? We're keeping
Keeping three, cutting four.
Bob Cousy, huh? I don't know, Wes. What do you think? I like Bob Cousy. I think
No,
he's a good player, but
I'm not keeping.
no, we'll let him go.
Okay. Walt Frazier.
There's 7 total. 5 more to come. Man, I do like Paul Frazier too. No, gotta let him go.
I'm keeping him.
Oh, he's keeping him.
So we're keeping him.
What? Wes wants to keep him.
Okay. Tiny Archibald.
No, you can let him go.
No.
Nate, is that his name? Nate.
Yeah. Okay. Jason Kidd.
Man, I really like Kid. I'm keeping Kid.
Keeping. Yeah, me too.
Okay. Maurice Cheeks.
No,
No.
no, cut.
Gary Payton.
Oh, man, the glove.
Dude,
Just for the defense
it's
in
a
Seattle.
glove. I'm keeping him.
Yeah, I think you got to keep him.
I don't care.
But I'm not sold on Walt Frazier, so you're done, Wes. You picked your three, and then I got to keep Gary Payton. It's not because he's probably the best player out of all of them, but you won't get defense like that, and he's got a little special place.
He's
So,
fame trash talker, top five.
yeah.
So this last person you're cutting.
Well, Wes is cutting because he took Walt Frazier.
Dennis Johnson.
Oh man, sticking with DJ. I'd rather have Walt Frazier. Nah, I should have taken Kuzi. I knew I should have taken Kuzi. I think Kuzi, Peyton, and Jason Kidd. I like that.
Really? Come on now. Walt Clyde Frazier was an MVP of a finals.
Yeah.
Did Kidd or Peyton do that?
No, but Peyton, too much defense, man. He's one of my favorite players ever. He's the glove.
It's the glove, dude.
And then Kidd just different, man. He played point guard like we hadn't seen before. I mean, when you watch Kidd play, I was always a Jason Kidd fan, even back at Cal. But you're gonna make the Walt Frazier and Wes, he's on Walt Frazier. But then you stuck me with DJ, so I should have known better. But if you need a great pass to win a game, DJ's your guy.
Well, and I mean, to be fair, Dennis Johnson is almost even you could say he's better than Kidd or Peyton.
Well, your list, I'll tell you, is pretty equal for me across the board when you look at most of these. Like you can make an argument for how good each one of these are individually. There's not a
Right.
lot it's not a big disparagement between the median.
Well, that's the thing is, I think everyone forgets about Dennis Johnson because he went to the Celtics
Right.
and, you have Bird and McHale and everything. But he won an NBA championship in Seattle
Yeah.
and he was the MVP of the finals. He was a six-time all-defensive first team and three-time all-defensive second team. So he had nine defensive teams.
He's like the original glove.
Yeah. But he also averaged, well, I think his average went down once he went to the Celtics.
Yeah. No, that's a pretty even pick though. Like there's nobody really for me that is heads and shoulders above anybody else there. Maybe Archibald, but he had a great career. Like Archibald was a great player.
Yeah, Archibald was an NBA champion. He was an NBA scoring champion in 73 and assists leader. So in one season he won scoring and assists, but he wasn't the MVP that year, which is crazy.
How do you lead the league in scoring and assists and not be the MVP?
I don't know. Let's see who's the MVP. Dave Cowens.
Dave Cowens. You mean the coach? That's what he's known for, right? All right. Well, let's wrap up the sports here. Any final takes there? Are we ready for football yet?
Yeah. What is it, like a month away?
Yeah, we're getting closer and closer all the time. There's more and more football news coming in. Excited to see the finish of the World Cup. Baseball's getting warm. Got a lot. You got in another month we'll be solid into it where it's back to sports.
Oh yeah, 29 days.
29
29
days.
days to the Hall of Fame game.
All right. Well, any sports topics that we're missing, hit us in the comments. Appreciate you guys listening, but stick around or check out the movie segment coming up. It's a real good one. We'll see you there.